welcome back to another episode of Paul's Best Podcast, the podcast where all we talk about is the best. There's no negativity on this podcast. There is no the worst, that sucked. You got other podcasts for that. This is the best. And my guest today, speaking of the best, my guest today is
what'd you book me for?
Is one of my best friends, and he's one of the best out there doing comedy. And
I'm doing comedy, people.
Dude,
I'm out there doing it.
You've been doing it. You've been doing it.
I do comedy.
And
I go on stage.
And
watch what I do.
He's currently on Broadway. Oh, Billy Broadway.
Yep.
Glengarry Glen Ross. When you're a jet all the way.
I've gone full gay, man. I've gone full gay. Finally happened. It's exciting. My wardrobe's getting better.
Dude, if it was a musical and you went like full wig singing, oh, that would be.
Dude, I would.
You could pull that off.
If I could sing, I would do that in a second.
You could pull it off, dude.
Come on, dude.
But if I just saw you like
can you imagine the euphoria of singing and dancing? Like, I don't even know what that. I can't dance and I can't sing. I'm never going to experience that. That's why a lot of people don't like musicals. It's because they can't do it. It's not because it's a bunch of kitty cats up there singing about their fucking litter box or whatever that fucking show was about.
Yeah.
It was because we can't do it. We'll never experience the high of being on a rake stage, wondering if you're going to fall into the audience with Fosse gloves on.
You know what that reminds me of? A nerd shitting on sports because they can't dunk, but you're never going to know that feeling.
They can't throw the ball.
They can't do anything.
Neither one of us can dunk. Come on, easy now.
That's true.
This is the best podcast, not the best lies, Paul.
No, this episode is best lies. No, Bill Burr is here. He is currently on Broadway doing Glengarry Glen Ross and
preview starting next week.
Of course, check out his Hulu special, which is out now, called Drop Dead Years.
Yep, Drop Dead Years. Yes.
Drop Dead Years.
Yes, sir.
You look great. You're one of those.
What do you mean?
You're one of those. You just always look like a
yeah, I put the work in, Paul.
You look,
don't do that to me.
What?
Don't come at me with that. You can eat anything.
No.
Paul, I was a mess, Paul.
No.
I was a mess.
No. When I
got
say
one of those tape measures, Paul, it didn't go all. It didn't meet.
No, when I say you're one of those, I mean you are one of those that keeps yourself in shape. Is what I meant. You always look like you're a middleweight fight. You look like a prize fighter.
I gotta tell you something, man. A button down hides a lot of shame. I am in sweater shape right now. I can wear a sweater and I don't have the third pec. It's amazing. You know what the worst thing is I got a nice chest, but the second the belly comes out, it just looks like you have tits. So you got to keep it down. You got to keep it down.
I love a hoodie.
No, and you immediately go from no tits to 3 tits. You got to be kidding me. What is this? So,
dude, I love a hoodie. Only got a month.
Oh my God.
I love a hoodie.
I love that me knowing you for over 20 years, you think you need to tell me that. Oh yeah, Paul, do you like hoodies? I'm going to take a couple other guests. Sports, new sneakers. I'm crushing it.
Bill, have you met me? I'm Paul Virzi.
I'm clairvoyant over here.
Yeah, dude, you know what? We've been friends for, I just realized it. I met you in 05, but we didn't become friends until 07.
This is what's amazing. Is we're like 20 years in. I maybe have had 1.5 disagreements with you.
We've had like 2 or 3 in 20 years.
That's it. Oh, you remember twice as many as me. 2 or 3 though. Come on, dude.
2 or 3 in 20 years.
We average one.
That's a friendship.
One little. Most of that's because we were drunk and we were talking about different eras of sports.
It was sports.
It was never anything major.
No.
Like, Paul, you went over your time.
No.
You disrespect. It was never that.
It was never that. It was always like,
Floyd Mayweather.
You don't know shit.
It was Floyd Mayweather could knock out Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran,
win all 4,
and Sugar Ray Leonard. He was saying that and all of those guys took 1 loss. That might have been our biggest argument.
I'm actually trying to think of if I have a friend that I've been friends with for 20 years and I didn't have like you know what, dude, I'm done, like hang up and don't talk to. We never had one of those. Like, fuck, you know what, dude? Fuck you. You know, that guy, you know, those fights. No, fuck you then, dude.
And you're like, being men and not knowing how to make up, and just kind of like, hey.
You see each other, hey, dude, that was a nice thing.
I like your shirt.
No, that was a good game. And then you just, that was a good game. You know, it's because the guys don't know how to hug it out.
No, you don't look at each other, kind of go, yeah. You kind of do one of those, just 2 quick slaps on the back.
Or the best is when you're drunk and you go, hey, man, can I talk to you? And then the other guy goes, nah, you don't have to.
That's fine. We won't resolve. We'll leave it unresolved. It'll come out again in 8 months. We'll just keep doing this till we start swinging. Dude, I just went to an amazing coffee shop.
Lack of
And it's
emotion.
such an amazing coffee shop, if an amazing coffee shop is always small. All right? An amazing restaurant is always small. Anything you walk in, when the square footage gets too big, fuck that place, right?
Yep.
Am I allowed to curse on this, Paul? I know you're a man of the cloth.
Yeah.
So I got this great one that I go to, but because it's so small, there's never any chairs. But it's a weekday, Paul, right? So I go in, and there's this, and there was like a piece, like a luggage next to it. So I said to this lady, I go, lady, you sitting there? She goes, no, I'm sitting here with my friend. So I go, fine. I go, oh, this is amazing, right? So I got a latte.
Yeah.
Had it in an actual glass, because I'm feeling like I got enough microplastics in me, you know. So I go over, I sit down, and I'm sitting there and I'm drinking the coffee, and I'm having a Virzi moment.
Yeah.
Is there anything
Just
better?
enjoying.
Anything better than going to your favorite coffee place on a weekday after the work rush? I'm sitting down. I'm not on my phone.
Alone.
I'm just and I took that first sip, and all of a sudden I just hear.
Oh.
And I look over. This woman is eating avocado toast with her mouth like. I mean, you would have thought someone was trying to throw it into her mouth the way she was eating. And
ruined your experience.
Oh, my shoulders just fell, and I just
felt defeated.
And I just picked my thing up, and I went over, and I stood in the corner, and I actually ended up being a better seat because it was like a stool, and you were just sort of looking out the window like an old Italian lady, on the third floor of a walk-up.
Yeah.
Just looking out the window. I ended up doing that, and it was better, but. I just adults that eat with their mouth open, Paul. I can tell you what you'll never have as a guest on this podcast is that.
No. No. It's like we're
in some cultures. It's insulting if you eat quietly. They want to hear you. Like,
that's weird. Yeah.
It's different. It's definitely different.
What's funny is my son Lucas has a thing with it really bad to the point where, and I guess it's a thing.
Can I tell you something? He doesn't have a thing. What he has, the thing that he has is he was raised right. And past a certain age, it's funny if you see a toddler doing it.
Yeah.
But seeing anybody past a certain age doing it, it's nauseating.
Yeah. He snapped on me. We were eating wings together, and he goes, dude, the way you're eating, that's just disgusting. Dude, if you're going to do that, go in the other room. And I was like, first of all, don't talk to me like that. Second of all,
give me a wet wipe. I'll get this out of my beard.
Dude, speaking of that, we're going to get into the best first in a second. But so Lucas has he's in the finals at the Westchester County Center, which is like so it's basically like, the way all the colleges go to the Garden when they do tournament. The Westchester County Center is all high schools, and they're in it, and they're in the finals on Saturday, and we're underdogs, and I'm literally finding myself giving them speeches in the car when I'm alone. I'm just like, dude, you got and I'm going I just have no control over it. I have no control over it,
I'm just picturing.
You've come all this far.
2, 1, and Lucas hits the game-winning three-pointer, and then you would cry like that guy we saw in the soccer game
in Argentina.
No, yeah, when
Argentina.
Yeah, the World Cup. We still couldn't find it. Oh my God, it's my favorite sports fan. For people who didn't see it, whatever. It was a South American team, and they lost.
It was Brazil, I believe. Brazil beat Argentina.
Okay, and whatever. This guy was the fan of the losing team. He was just standing there like this. He was like in his 50s or whatever, and then he just went.
Like you said, he was bubbling.
Dude, it was hopeless. It was like he was watching his family on a sinking ship from the shore, and there was nothing he could do about it.
It was so desperate and it was so sad.
But it wasn't, though, because he got it out of him. Because, dude, I should have done that in 86. I should have done it in 78. I should have done it when we played the Giants and we didn't go undefeated. I should have done that. You got to do it. Yeah. It's a valid emotion.
But he went hard, dude.
He didn't go hard. He just let it happen like Chris Bosh. It was a beautiful moment.
What do you mean, Chris Bosh?
You remember when they played the Mavericks and they lost?
Oh,
and he went off the court and he just laid down and he fucking cried it out. And most people missed how evolved he was. Because it's a funny thing is men have the ability to cry, so it's obviously valid. And whoever made us wants us to do it. But we won't do it like someone's trying to break into the house. You just lean it against the door.
Collapsing is... A grown man crying is top 5 funniest things.
Grown man crying, a grown man eating an ice cream, and he's not with his family, just walking down the street with an ice cream cone. It's the funniest shit.
That's a good one.
Dude, I got one for you.
A cookie?
I got one for you. I went to a college basketball game, and the cheerleaders all came out on the court in the middle, and in the middle there was one guy out there, and he had pom-poms, and he was totally fucking into it, and it was awesome, but it was fucking hilarious. A guy with pom-poms that excited. Like, there's another one. I'm just looking, I'm going, I'm never going to experience that. I'm never going to experience that level of euphoria.
No.
Just the way I was raised. You weren't allowed to be that happy as a man. Like, you think about, like when you win your team wins a championship as a man.
Yeah.
Are you like, oh, yeah? You're like, yeah! It's still all those cries that you push down come out, and it's still you yell and it sounds like you lost. It's like angry. Like when you go to a game, you hear people like, yeah!
I feel like you could tell a dude's mental state and emotional state by when their team wins, because like one guy was just watched the Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers won it 2 years ago, and he was just a guy was probably like in his late 50s, early 60s, and he's just sitting on his couch alone watching it, and they won, and it's the last out, and he just goes. He just starts going like this, and his wife is watching, letting him have the moment, but he wasn't like, but he just started. And it was like this relief, but then you got the guys that go, fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. That's a dude
punch their flat screen.
That's
TV.
a dude that has I think that is in a dark place.
Yeah, he wasn't loved as a kid.
Shit. So what the fuck I'm talking about?
No, it's why you have to hug your kids. You got to let them know that they're loved. So that'll happen.
Dude, me and Christian were at a Yankee game. I mean, 25 years ago. I'm like in my early 20s. Before we met, I might have just started doing stand-up. And there's just this fat Italian guy I don't know if he was by himself. It's just a fat Italian guy.
You could have just said it was an Italian guy.
No, but this makes the story better.
Past a certain age, your cuisine catches up with
He's got the navy. He's got just the dark navy blue T-shirt with the white NY, and he's just sitting there.
Real. Yeah.
And he's just sitting there watching the game, and he's just so content, dude. And he had a donut. He had a chocolate frosting on top of a glaze, and he's watching it. And me and Christian are just watching this guy. This guy is just in his zone watching. And dude, this guy takes a bite, maybe three quarters of the donut in one bite, and it looks like the Lenny Dykstra fucking tobacco, right? And he's just like that. And dude,
spitting out sprinkles.
The level of contentment this man had. He looked so satisfied.
I have to be honest with you. The description in the beginning, just him sitting there watching a game was amazing.
And he just had this fucking hunk of fucking dough, and he's just chewing it. And me and my brother just looked at each other like, there's nobody happier than that man right now.
I'll tell you, that's why like baseball is really misunderstood. It's more of an intellectual game because of all the different scenarios that happens. And then there's a level of patience that you have to have in sereneness when you're watching it. There's games like that. Soccer's like that.
Yep.
Cricket's like that. Yeah. Baseball's like that. And then you have all the other sports that are like instant gratification of like, boom, physical contact, speed, dunks, skating, football, and all of that type of stuff, which I understand. Like that stuff, there's like a time and place for both. So I love like, hockey and baseball for like opposite reasons, Yeah,
and I got these friends that are like, dude, they need to change baseball. Baseball's too slow. And that female analyst.
We have to dumb every fucking thing down.
No, but she goes like this. I think it's actually Dan Soder's girlfriend, Katie, whatever. She does the sports. And she goes, baseball is supposed to be slow. It's called America's pastime. It's supposed to take half the afternoon or all day. That's what you're watching. It's not supposed to be fast.
Because what it used to be, too, when everybody wasn't on their phone and you didn't have some DJ playing music too loud or stuff on the Jumbotron, is you went with your dad or your buddy, and in those, 3.5, 4 hours it took to play the game, like you talked.
Yeah.
That's what you did. You talked the game. You talked about life. You joked around. So there was a class clown in your section.
A lot of guys had the book.
Everybody laugh.
A lot of guys had the book.
I still do that.
Do you?
If I go to a game by myself, dude, a day game during the week, or they usually have on the weekend, but when I was younger, every once in a while they would have like that game, and the announcers would always be, a lot of guys playing hooky from work today, right? And I would always keep score. And what's cool about it there's a general way to do it, but everybody has their own thing. I got an idea for basketball, Paul.
What's that?
All right. Foul shots are worth 2 points, but you only get 1.
Okay. That's a good one.
I like that one. I was watching it the other day. I was like, I just like...
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah.
And I like the professional basketball league where everybody's 6 feet or under.
Oh, I got another one for you. There's a limit to the amount of three-pointers you can take per quarter.
Ooh. That changes because now that's all it is.
Yeah, I missed the fucking... And I would get rid of the 3-second rule on the defensive player.
I like that too.
Yeah, it's just like... And get the game, like...
I never understood that 3-second thing.
Back in the day, man, watching like Robert Parrish and Kareem battling, and watching like Moses Malone and like all of these big centers that played back then, they've made the position obsolete. Like the center, like if Will Chamberlain played today, he'd be taking 3-pointers.
Yeah,
and his dominance,
dude. Karl Anthony Towns is 7'1" and he hits threes.
And that's my thing. Everybody, the dominance that people have, it's all the same game. Like there was guys that could murder you from behind the 3-point line. There was guys that were deadly from the top of the key. Bill Laimbeer, as much as Celtics fans hate him, that guy was deadly, top of the key. That was his fucking shot, and boom, it went in. Guys from the elbow, and then the guys who were banging underneath, and everybody had their game. Mm-hmm. So it was whatever the feel of the game was. Whoever had the hot hand, that's what you were feeding, right? And so there was like layers to the game.
Yeah.
But now, like, Kareem would be out there with his goggles, crossing people over and taking 3 points, which is amazing to see a big man do that. But like over and over and over and over and over again, it becomes like, there's a lot of elements. I didn't shut off my phone. There's a lot of elements to this fucking game.
Yeah. Okay, guys, before we continue with the show, I just want to announce some stand-up dates that I have coming up on Thanksgiving Eve, which is November 26th. I will be in West Nyack, New York at Levity Live for one show only. That's Thanksgiving Eve, November 26th in West Nyack, New York at Levity Live. Then on December 12th, you can catch me at the Newtown, Connecticut Edmond Town Hall Theater. That's Newtown, Connecticut, December 12th at the Edmond Town Hall Theater. Then on New Year's Eve, I will be in Providence, Rhode Island at the Comedy Connection, one of my favorite clubs. Those shows are going to sell out, guys. Get your tickets to that. That's New Year's Eve. January 8th, the DC Improv. And then Valentine's weekend at Side Splitters in Tampa, Florida. For all other dates, go to paulvirzi.com. I hope to see you guys at a show. Now let's get back to the podcast. All right, so let's get. I agree with you, by the way. I think the 3-point rule, and I took Lucas to Knicks Bulls the other night, and it was just guys standing on the perimeter, dude, just waiting for the open three. And I was looking around, I go, dude, the game has changed. But you got an out. We got to get to this. We got to get to the best. So I was thinking about this, kind of sad, bittersweet. This January. As people, I don't know if people know, some do. Me and Bill have been friends for almost 20 years. Bill took me under his wing. I opened for Bill all over the place, but I realized that this January will be 9 years that I have not been on the road with you, not opened for you, and for 9 years. But 2016 was Europe. Europe was the last. Europe. That was like the last dance. I mean, listen, we go to football games. We do one here or there. But I'm talking about like
golfing.
Yes. But I mean like being one of like, hey, dude, I'm going on this run. It's been like 9 years since that.
But I wanted you to become a headliner. I didn't want you to be this terminal opener.
No, and I remember I remember like, you knew when I outgrew it. I knew when I outgrew it. It's just time to go on. And that's what people in that position, when you're open for somebody, you got to go on and do your own thing. But
unless you bring a cupcake out on the road.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't have it. You can't have it. So you can't deny a better comic of that spot. And it's going to make you less of a comic to follow somebody easy, and then the crowd has to sit through somebody who shouldn't be doing the gig.
Yeah.
Not saying that they eventually won't turn into the stale donut that I am, but when you're a softie, you haven't earned it yet.
So what we do on this show, we talk about the best moments of whatever that. So you're here, and we're going to do the best with you. We were going to do sports, but we always do sports. We've talked about sports.
That's immediately where my head went to. No, and all I was thinking was Joe Bartnick going, that laugh. The air raid siren laugh.
You give Joe Bartnick 3 cocktails and a little puff, and there's no way you're not going to hear, this is great.
Joe Bartnick has never lost. Where'd Joe go? And you just hit it on it. And he's like vibing with others.
What we're gonna do though now is, since we did go on the road for so long, I want to go over the best.
That's my favorite moment of the tailgate.
What?
Bartnick's first. Yeah. It's like, all right, Joe's got a buzz going. Here we go.
One time he said something. He goes, Virzi. He goes, it's never gonna get better than this. He was actually right. It was great.
Dude, that lunatic says that every 3 days. He keeps like elevating.
Let's talk about the best moments that we had on the road.
No. You know when they do the end of March Madness, when they do all the highlights and everything? When Bartnick passes, it's just going to be an hour-long film of him like, Dude, his whole life has sounded like the first drop of a roller coaster. Just like... I mean, is anybody enjoying life more than that guy?
No, dude. Me and Bart could be in the green room, and the green room waitress would come in and go, "Can I get you guys something for the show?" Joe would go, "I would love a cocktail."
Dude, Joe could get last row middle seat on a Southwest Airlines flight. Joe, how was your flight? It was great. I got to know the stewardess. She was bringing me drinks.
Dude,
I was hammered before we pitched off the gig.
still,
all right, anyway, listen, you got to Bartnick on this.
Oh, shit. All right. One of the funniest things was I had a party at the house.
That guy in Penn State, we were on the field, and the player thought Joe was his former coach.
And he hugged him.
And Joe just went with it.
And the guy goes, "What are you doing here, coach?" And Joe just goes, and he hugged him. He goes, "How come you didn't tell me?"
Yeah, how come you didn't tell me? He goes, "I didn't want to ruin the kid's good time."
No, dude. He got so hammered at my house, and I mean hammered. He fell asleep at 7 o'clock in the morning holding a beer. He was absolutely hammered, and he woke up and he's in all black tighty whities, nothing on his huge legs, and like a hooded sweatshirt, and he was walking up the wooden stairs, and everyone's like, "Dude, he's got to be hurting." And I go, "Joe, how you feeling?" He goes, "I feel great." It's like, dude, you can't feel great. It's impossible for you to feel great.
Walking up the stairs like Earl Campbell. "Joe, how you doing?" "I'm great."
I wanted to talk about the best moments that we had on the road, and one that comes to mind, because there's definitely a lot. Actually, we were on the road. I don't know if you remember this. I think it might have been Memphis, Bill. It was either Memphis or somewhere in Tennessee. It was somewhere south there where we went into a White Castle hammered. And Joe was with us, and there was a homeless guy.
There was a lot of cities.
There was a homeless guy in there, and Joe just goes, "You want a cheeseburger?" He just goes, "Nobody goes hungry."
I'll tell you, he goes, "You hungry, buddy?" The guy's like, "Yeah." He goes, "All right." Hey, he goes in. He goes out and he bought him food, and then he handed it over to him. And then he turns around and looks at you guys. He goes, "Nobody goes hungry when the horsemen are in town." I got a good one. Remember that guy came out? We were in Maine. We told this a million times. We were in Maine, and that guy came walking out from the costume party, and we thought he was dressed as Fat Elvis, but it turned out he was dressed as Wolverine. Yeah, he just was fat, and he was dressed as Wolverine, but we thought he was Elvis.
And we were smoking a cigar.
And he farted in the middle of his story. So there's this fat dude, right? He was wearing like this white on white thing, so that's why I thought it was Elvis.
He had the Wolverine, what do they call them, the chops?
Yeah, but Elvis and Wolverine, you know?
Yeah, and he was a little...
Was Wolverine from Mississippi? Tupelo?
So yeah, we perform in Maine, and then we go out to a place, and I go, "Dude, you got a cigar?" And the guy, I don't know, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll come out and smoke with you." Like, we're like, "Oh, this guy's gonna be cool."
No, we were smoking, and he came out. And we just started talking to him, and he was a cool guy, and he was in the middle of his story. I remember Virzi was here, I was here, and he was looking at us, and in the middle of his story, he was just talking, and dude, he let one out. I can still do it. It was like that. Like the kind of one that makes you, if he had slacks on, they would have moved. And he didn't fucking budge. And Virzi was fullback on the play. So I, as a running back, I went like, yeah, man.
Dude, you
and
lost it.
I left you with that.
Dude, you lost it
I
laughing.
turned around. No, dude, I was sitting there pretending to smoke. I was going like that. And you had to sit there. That must have taken a year off your life.
Oh, dude.
To look at a fat Wolverine that you thought was Elvis, and he just farted like it was nothing.
No, he just ripped one and kept talking. But you turned around like a little kid. You just went... You lost it.
Oh.
You walked away, lost it.
Dude, it was like a Pink Floyd album.
Dude, it was,
wait, you never heard this before?
It was the most shameless.
The songs playing, and then there's like some shit in the background.
Dude,
That was what the fart was.
Oh, we got time, dude. This is so fun. I don't want you to leave, but we got time. We got like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That was a great one. You know what else? You know what else I liked? I don't know if you remember this. We went to LSU, Alabama. And me and you, it was when people let you park your cars. So you would park the car on like literally a resident's lawn, and they would just either take $20
Michelob Light.
And we got Mick Lights, and me and Bill are just in the car, cold Mick Lights, waiting to walk to the tailgate. And we're sitting on someone's, literally a residence's front that they took $20 from all these cars, and we're just drinking beers, talking shit about the game, drinking, and it was like, I was just like, this is fucking awesome, dude. You're with a buddy, you're drinking a Michelob Light. By the way, Michelob Light, ice cold. Underrated.
Fantastic.
Underrated,
Mick Ultra is one of the worst things that happened to this country.
What's that?
Mick Ultra.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible. It's just a terrible fucking beer. And because of Mick Ultra, they phased out Michelob Light. The only place where I know you can still get Michelob Light that I do on the road is New Orleans.
What's the difference between Mick Ultra and Mick Light?
One tastes delicious and the other one sucks.
Tastes like watered down shit.
Yeah, it's terrible. I've never understood it. But it's also the first beer I ever got drunk off of. I was drinking Michelob Lights down in Faneuil Hall in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
And so it always takes me back when I had
Comedy Connection?
Well, it was before I was a comedian. I was underage. I was still in high school.
Okay.
And, just down there drinking, striking out with chicks, and then fucking being drunk, eating a slice of pizza, driving home hammered,
Yeah.
as you did.
Dude, you when you hit me up and you were just like, dude, this was like your first bus tour years ago, and we did that. And dude, one night in the middle of the night, I believe we were driving from Alabama. We were driving from Alabama down to Florida or something like that to go to Florida State, and we put on Goodfellas in the middle of the night. Dude, on the bus, middle of the night, going through Alabama, Goodfellas is on. We got a hunk of fresh mozzarella cheese, and we're just sitting there and we're eating like, oh, dude, that was
a good one.
That was a good one.
Anchorman. Remember we watched Anchorman. We were doing the Tabernacle in Atlanta. We were watching Anchorman, and they were filming Anchorman 2, and a couple of the guys came out, remember, and they got on the bus.
And Paul Rudd did this thing where they go, no, we're going to go out. We want to watch the show. Paul Rudd was stage right, and the way the Tabernacle works is you're obviously here, but they had curtains on each side that opened, so nobody could see the person there. And every time I would go to a punchline or I would do something, Paul Rudd put his head out. This was the joke when I was doing. I had a daughter, and I was the front to back. If a woman opened her legs, I'd go front to back. Anyway, I remember Paul Rudd just has his head out with his mustache right there while I'm doing my set, and I did that joke. And every time he laughed, he would just go and disappear, and then he would come back. He would come back. That was the only one. Will Ferrell's the only one that didn't show. The rest of a bunch of the rest of the cast did.
I thought it was Paul Rudd and Dave Koechner came out, and David was doing Bob Pogo's voice on F is for Family. That's how he was the one that brought everybody in. And I want to say it was the first time I met Paul Rudd, and he was just like the nicest guy ever. Which is, I hate when people go, "Oh, you don't want to meet your idols." It's like, yeah, you do.
Sometimes, yeah.
People who say you don't want to meet your idols are some townie who never got out of there because they don't want you to go do something cool. But that was a great night too. That was a great one. And so the bus thing, I always think of the bus thing for sure, and I definitely always think about. What about when we went to the Florida Gators right after
Tom Petty?
Tom Petty passed. And we all got to sing, "I won't back." Hey, yeah.
That was
awesome.
Oh my God!
Now they do that as a tradition. They all sing because
we were there for the first one.
Yeah, and I love that part of Florida musically because all of these badass musicians came. Tom Petty, the Allman Brothers, and all of them. Like, people shit on Florida all the time, and it's like, dude, the amount of music that you love that came from there, you should really.
Another one of our best moments was the first time we went to the Masters, and it was just you and me. It was just you and me at the Masters, and it was 2010. and it was Tiger coming back after all the shit with those women. And it was his first time back. And me and Bill decided to sit in the bleachers on 15. Because if you go to the Masters and you sit in the bleachers at 15, you look to the left and you see the par 3 16. And it's right by the food tent.
And someone's gonna have a hole in one every time we go.
So we bet. So me and Bill had the sheet. He'd pick a guy. I'd pick a guy. We'd bet on it. If your guy made a birdie, it was $20. If your guy hit a hole in one over there on 16, it was $100. If the guy parted, it was $5. Whoever won the whole $5.
We bet on the turtles.
We bet on the there's a little pond there in the turtle.
I was killing him. All I would do was just look at any turtle that had a dry shell. I'd be like, he's going to next.
I was such an idiot. I felt like a turtle was going to turn it on like it was a horse race.
It was the Italian in you. You like the glisten on the shelf.
You go, dude, that guy's hot.
It's like a fucking Lexus.
But so when you go to the Masters, they have the tent, the sandwich tent. They got egg sandwiches there, and they got the famous ham and cheese sandwiches. Dude, the sandwiches are $1.25, and the beers are $2, right? So we would take turns, and I just go, I'll go get the beers, right? So I try to grab as many as I can and a couple sandwiches, and I'm walking back like this. Then it's Bill's turn. By now, my guy hit a hole in one. So then Bill's guy hits a hole in one. He ends up going up on me. I'm like, I'm up 120. Next thing you know, he's up 127 or whatever it was. Bill goes to the this is a memory that I never wanted to hug another man the way I wanted to hug you. I don't know how you did this, dude. He goes to the tent. I'm like, man, I hope he could get as many beers as he can. Dude, you might have come back. I think you had 6 beers. Dude, you had...
Came back like the St. Pauli
Dude, you
girl.
had 6 beers and sandwiches, and I just looked at you and I go, oh my God, that's a great run. I was so happy, and we were just, dude, that was great, man.
Yeah, and then we walked up. I want to say that we walked up and watched Mickelson win it.
Mickelson won it. Yep. We walked up
we were
on 18.
standing on the 18. Dude, think about this.
That was nuts.
As far as all the games we went to, and even like the wild ones, like, you know, I remember that Jacksonville one. Like, Jacksonville's a fun place to go to a game. That's a like, those people in Jacksonville, like, they're wild, you know?
Yeah.
So you just have that energy of like, I don't give a fuck, I'll drive right over it. You know, they got that, you know, you see a lot of funny shit. I went to the Cincinnati, remember the Cincinnati game we went to against the Dolphins? We had the ribs, we were on the boat. Everybody knows that story.
Dude, you were heckling Carpenter hard.
Yeah. To the point he walked down the other side.
No, he heard you, dude. He heard you, dude. Like, I actually watched a professional player get affected because we tied one on. We were drinking Kentucky bourbon on that boat ride.
We bet the Bengals, and the Dolphins came and played, and Carpenter was doing well.
Oh, dude, I'm not being honest with you.
Carpenter!
Dude, you were like, you know it's coming. What are you going to do in it? Dude,
Carpenter, you're a liability.
Oh, dude, you're going to be selling car insurance. Dude,
oh, no, real estate.
Real estate. Oh, my God. He walked away.
Carpenter, you got your real estate license. 1 suit, 2 shirts. You can wear it all week.
Oh, remember I got mad at those girls when I asked where they got the froyo in Canada? They had we were in Canada in the mall. We were going to go ice skating in the mall in Canada.
Oh, dude.
And we went there. We brought our skates, and the ice rink was closed. They had lessons.
Oh, that tour where I brought my hockey stuff up there. And we played.
Yeah, and we played. And we saw
frozen over basketball courts. We were playing hockey.
Dude, on the Virzi Effect, I ranted. My unacceptable was, I don't know if you remember this. There was some chicks, young girls, high school, college, and they had like pink berry froyo.
I didn't know you like.
I go, where'd you go? Yogurt. I go, where'd you get that? And she's like, really? Where'd we get it? Like, she acted like I only went up to her to hit on her. And I was like, yeah, you know. And then I just, I don't know if you remember that.
Oh.
She was like, really? Where is it? Where? And I was just like, dude, I just wanted froyo. And she acted like, that's why you're coming up to me, you creep. And I got...
Oh, she thought you were hitting on her.
Yeah. She was like, really, where is it? We're in a mall. And I was just like... It was like 4 young girls.
Yeah, I'm from New York. I don't know.
No, I'm holding hockey skates in a mall. What the fuck do I know? I don't... Well, look at me. Do I look like... Oh,
watch me get some numbers.
You remember I had the Eli Nose shirt in Charleston? The Eli Manning when we went to the...
Everybody thought you were... They thought you were my cousin Vinny.
I was... That was a good one. Yeah, dude, we had those were like, I look back on those times and I'm like,
what about the time we were somewhere way north of Toronto?
Camaraderie's great.
And you, me, and Bartnick, we got so fucking hammered, and I had a rental car, and then we had to drive it back to the airport the next day, and we were so in the middle of nowhere, I had no fucking Wi-Fi, and so I couldn't Google map the thing, and we kept getting lost, and I was drunk, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna get pulled over for drinking and driving. I gotta. Yeah. So we fucking just brought the car back to the hotel, and we said to the guy, "If we give you the keys, will you return the rental car for us?" And Canadian, he's like, "Absolutely, no problem." And he got us. So we made it there, right? And like fucking 3 weeks later, I was walking my dog at the time, rest her soul, and I get this call from the rental car saying like, "Yeah, man, you haven't returned it yet." I go, "What are you talking about?" I had no idea. I had no recollection of it. I go, "Dude, we fucking blah 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 blah," and they called me for like a week, and I kept like going like, "Will you stop calling me? I returned the rental car. I don't know what to tell you." Blah 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 blah. And then like one day, I was just sitting on the couch watching TV, and all of a sudden, I felt like this jolt in my chest and cold. I'm like, "Oh my God, I left it at the hotel. That fucking guy never returned it. Like, how much money do I owe on it?" So I had to call him up, and I was like, "I don't remember the name of the town or the name of the hotel, but it's there. But there's only like one main hotel." But I never heard from them again. But I don't remember getting a big bill for it either. But dude, it was like 3 weeks later.
Dude, you bought a rental car.
It was 3 weeks later before they were like, "Where is the car?"
Oh my God.
How about that guy going, "Yeah, absolutely, I'll return it," and he didn't.
No, that's nuts. But you were right to pull over. I remember we pulled out, and it was just like, "Yeah, no, dude."
No, because I was doing U-turns and shit like that, and we were the only people on the road. I remember the windshield was all fogged up. It was really fucking stupid.
Do you remember the first time we went to the spa, and it was the first time that like they taught us like go hot, cold?
When the old Asian guy came in naked, and he started stretching. Were you there for that one? He was doing like a fucking back
No,
bend.
I'm talking about when I went into the cold shower and you started laughing because I was going, "Ah."
Oh yeah.
Because they go in the steam for 15 minutes and then right after go into an ice cold shower.
Do you know why to do that?
What's that?
Do you know why to do that?
No, I mean
All right, so what it is you're sweating, your pores open up.
Yeah.
All right, so when you walk out and it's colder, what happens is they shrink back down and you absorb you got all these toxins on you and you want them off you. That's why people dry themselves off in there. So you jump into the cold shower, it closes up the pores, and all this
and
crap.
the toxins are out.
Allegedly, that's what's supposed to be up. So that's why you do it. And I just remember
me and you were next to each other.
Yeah, he was in the stall next to me. I just heard him going like, Dude, you sound like someone was hitting you with a belt. Because that's Virzi. Virzi's idea of, did you go to the gym today? Yeah, I took a steam. Like that, like, he doesn't work out. I don't know how you do it. You just, like, don't work out.
I play basketball with my kids. I run around my kids a little bit. That's it. But I don't, like, work out, no.
He goes down to a track, and he walks the track. He doesn't run. He doesn't walk. Paul takes a stroll. He takes a stroll. Then he takes a steam. Yeah, dude, you were born in the wrong era.
There's one more we have. There's two more we have, and then we got to go. When me and you drank in San Antonio, I don't know if you remember this. This is the first time. It's one of the first times. But before it was in the hotel room. It's like one of the first times. This is when me and you, like, I remember we had a conversation where we really bonded as friends. You're like, "Hey, dude, bring that bottle over, and then we'll go to the Alamo." So we're sitting in a hotel. We got 2 glasses and a thing, and we just start drinking, and we drank 3/4 of a bottle.
Goes without saying, we got hammered.
We drank 3/4 of a bottle of whiskey, and we go and we walk in front of the. Remember, I took my shirt off and took that sick picture.
Oh, dude,
in front of the
I took this picture.
That horror movie.
Yeah. He goes, "Dude, I'm gonna take my shirt off and look like a fucking lunatic, right?" So I go, "All right." So I take the thing off. And he took it, and he's like, I caught him in the middle of
Dude,
this.
it was like a
Dude,
nut.
You look like George the Animal Steel.
And then the guy came out and goes, "You guys can't be there." And I'm like, "No, come here and talk." And we tried to talk to him about the history of it. And he was.
Oh my God, dude! You remember that time we smoked that cigar down on the Lower West Side, and we knew you couldn't smoke a cigar there?
Yes.
Remember that? We were like, "Let's just smoke until they kick us out." And we just sat there, and the security guard just came out laughing.
Yeah.
It was the greatest getting kicked out of shit I've ever had. He just came out laughing. What are you doing, man? What are you think you at the golf course?
Come on.
What are you doing? You two guys, just laugh. Come with me. And he was just laughing at us, shaking his fucking head like what we were doing was so ridiculous. It transcended a confrontation. It was just like, come on. Like,
he wasn't yelling. He was just like, "Guys, you know and I know. Let's just get through this."
It was like, you know, like when people like ascend to a level of martial arts and they understand that the greatest defense is to just walk away from the fight, to not have a confrontation. This guy had that down.
He did have that down. Yeah, it's weird. And then obviously,
what about that time we fucking It was after the Kentucky Derby, and we were at some fucking airport, and somebody gave us that bottle of Four Roses.
That's what I was just gonna say.
And we fucking started, and we were in the airport going, I don't want to throw this out. And we like drank like 3/4 of the bottle.
No, they wrote like in gold, they wrote like this nice note to you in script, and it was really nice, and the bottle was nice, and you go, dude, we can't just, so we just bring it into the food court of the thing, and we just got, and dude.
It's one of the drunkest I've ever, we drank in like a fucking hour.
You went to one
for a
gate.
flight.
You went to one gate, I went to another, and I went to a bar, and I kept drinking, dude.
Oh, no, it was yours. I got on my flight, and Jonathan Banks
You told me.
was on my flight. He's like, hey, how you doing? I was just looking at him going, you're a sweetheart. You're a fucking sweetheart. And then he's looking at me like, what the fuck? And I remember I ran into him later. Years later, and I go, do you remember that time I ran into the planet? I go, dude, I was he just...
He probably, did he know or not?
Of course he knew. He was trying to have a conversation with me. I just kept looking at him going like, you're a sweetheart, dude. You're a fucking great act. You're a fucking sweetheart. And I remember he was standing looking down at me going, he just walked away. And then I remember at the end of the flight, I'm like sober, and I was like, oh my God, I ran into someone from Breaking Bad, and I was completely shit-faced. I'm going to lose my gig, but I didn't.
No, because you would never, like, in all the times we've gotten drunk, neither of us were like, dude, he might get arrested. We didn't hang out with anybody that was like that either.
No, but I was like a happy drunk. That's what I would do. I would get drunk and tell you how much I loved you. I was that guy. You're a fucking good shit, dude.
Dude, saying you're a sweetheart, but no, man, those are the best moments.
You're a sweetheart is a nice thing, but after 18 times in a row of saying it,
At least you didn't hug him.
It gets a little taxing. That's because I couldn't get up.
You put him in a headlock. Johnny. Bill, man, thank you so much, dude.
All right.
Dude, it went, you know what, man?
It's like hanging out with you. It's like effortless.
Oh, dude.
Our boy Dom's going to take me to Little Italy up in the Bronx. You got to come with me.
Yeah.
Once this play gets going, I have a little bit of time off during the day. I'm going to head up there. Take the train up.
A little coffee, a little Sambuca.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Wait, Sambuca fucking...
Sambuca's like that.
Booze.
It's that licorice thing that you put in coffee. It's got a little booze, but it just gives it a nice little...
I can't do that, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
I definitely would do a...
little espresso?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I just got my new machine. I got my new machine for here, dude. You know what I found out is in Florence, Italy, where they make it by hand,
Yeah.
you can take a tour of the factory. Like, this is how serious you guys take coffee. Like, the two greatest, from what I've heard, coffee places to have coffee is Italy, which I'm going to. I got a gig in Milan.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm going there and after the play, and Italy and Japan. And Japan, dude, it's like you know, the Muppet Show, the scientist guy. It's like going through like graduated cylinders and stuff, and they like literally figured out because you know what's his face moved there.
Who?
My God, I'm spacing on his name.
Who?
You got to cut this out because he'll be offended. My God, what the fuck are we calling him?
Where was this?
He moved to Japan, and he was just going like, dude, this is the greatest fucking coffee. The fuck is his name? All right, cut this part out.
Yeah, we will.
Remember.
We will. All right, before you
go. Anyway, I have a buddy of mine moved to Japan, and he's a coffee freak. And I remember when we were in Greece. This is a fucking... I can't believe I have these stories. Just because I did an open mic one day. And all of a sudden, I've been to all these places I never thought I would go. So I'm in Greece, and I ended up stumbling to this place that was a coffee shop that was 100 years old.
What?
Yeah, and they had all of these, like... So I had a cup of coffee. I was playing the Acropolis. Dude, I flunked math every year.
I mean...
Don't never listen to these people. You need 2 years of a language. You don't. Dude,
that'd be like me playing the Coliseum. It's nuts.
Yeah, it was nuts. So I was there, and there was people that were going to the show. So a few people came over and said hello to me. You know, hey, can I get a picture? Whatever. Yeah. You know. So the lady running the place, she goes, who are you? I was like, I'm nobody. She goes, no, you're somebody. You're doing. I said, I'm a comedian. I'm doing a show here. She goes, okay. And then she just comes back and started bringing me these espressos of different
Were they good?
coffee beans. They were fucking amazing, and they was like really like unique flavors and everything. But dude, I had like 3 of them. And I already had gone to a bad one.
Yeah.
So I got out of there, and I was fucking walking around. Somehow I ran into Nate Craig. He was on the gig, but we met up, and he was going to buy a suit for the show. And dude, I was like walking down the street trembling. I had so much caffeine in me, and I had to just start.
I hate that feeling, that jittery feeling.
Oh yeah, and I also when I had the Greek coffee, which some people say came from Turkey, whatever. People always argue and find a reason to kill each other.
Sludge on the bottom of it. Yeah,
I didn't know you weren't supposed to keep drinking when you got down there.
So that,
I kept drinking. I was just going like, God, and the fucking lady started laughing at me. And I was just like, yeah, this stuff is really strong. She goes, you're not supposed to drink all the way down like that. So.
No, the Greeks and the Turks have a big like argument of who started it. I know you have to go right now, but the last thing I want to say is one of the funniest moments that me and Bill had together was when we were on set. Opening day on set of King of Staten Island. Shout out to Pete Davidson. And they had me come in. I was going to play Pete's dad on this fire thing, and they had me come in.
You did play Pete's dad. It just didn't make it into the movie.
No, I played Pete's dad in the scene, but they also wanted me to go in for pictures with this mustache. And Bill was like, I'm done doing whatever I had to do. You had to do the test run, whatever. And then you go, I'll meet you and we'll go eat. And we go to Little Italy, or we went to some place, I don't know if it was Tribeca, and we're eating at this Italian restaurant. We're having a good talk. I'm like, it's so cool. We both got our mustaches, and we're just talking about everything. We're laughing, dude. And Bill was eating, and he had this red marinara sauce in front of him, and I don't know what happened, dude, but your Bill's hand slipped off of the thing and literally punched.
It was. I had a chicken palm, and Paul had on this all white tracksuit.
Oh, dude.
And I was like, what? How was it? I was cutting like this.
You were cutting like this, and he
somehow it slipped. The knife slipped,
and you punched.
And I basically punched. He
punched
fillet.
a dish of red.
The red sauce, and it's like a murder scene.
But dude, the weirdest thing was, it not only did it go all over me and on my shirt, it went behind him, dude. It
on
looked
the wall. It was on me.
And the guy walked out, and he goes, "Oh, what happened here?" And we just started laughing.
I was so embarrassed. Like Paul was sitting there going like, and there was
you were so nice. You're like, "Dude, I'll get you a new shirt."
I'm like, silence for 3 seconds. I was like, I can't believe I just did that. I think I just went to that
restaurant.
Yeah, because my family was out here, and I took the kids and my wife down there. And when I went to go to the bathroom, I was looking, going, I think this is the place, because it was on Bleecker Street, right?
It might have been. Yeah, I can't remember, but I just
you with the directions.
Yeah, you know me, but dude, I remember that, and you were so nice.
You've done the road, and that you still are bad with directions. It's amazing.
I walk out of my hotel, and I can't remember which way the elevator is. Somebody said it's direction dyslexia or something.
You would have been. Before, like back when I was coming up, when you had a map, like Rand McNally, you would have figured it out though.
Yeah, no, but I'm bad with it. Like shockingly, like my kids are like, "What the fuck?"
Tell them, Paul. I know.
Yeah. They know too. Bill Burr, thank you so much for being on Paul's Best Podcast. I love going down memory lane with you. We always had great times. All of my dates, paulvirzi.com. I'm coming to a city near you. I got a lot of dates. Check out Reasonable Man, still streaming right now on my YouTube channel. And Bill, thank you, man.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
See you guys next week.